Our chosen article is about the Hula Bangsa Agama as Padduman, a reclaiming the Tausug doctrine of statehood and Islamic political identity, Southeastern Philippines, Journal of Research and Development, authored by Bara and Abdul Rahman 2025. The author confronts the questions on whether the traditional Tausok philosophy of Hula Bangsa Agama remains relevant as a framework for leadership, governance, and management in contemporary society. The authors answers that the Hula Bangsa Agama doctrine continues to provide a valid and practical philosophy for ethical leadership, governance, and community management because it integrates cultural identity, responsibility, and Islamic values. They mean to say that effective management should not rely solely on modern Western theories but should also be grounded in indigenous values that emphasize moral leadership, service, and the common good. They justify this by discussing the following supporting points. First, the Hula Bangsa Agama doctrine serve as the foundation of the Tausug leadership and governance. Second, leaders gain legitimacy by upholding justice, religious principles, and community welfare. And third, traditional Tausug governance demonstrates that effective leadership depends on cultural identity, accountability, and ethical stewardship. In the face of the author's claim, we argue that indigenous management philosophy such as Hula Bangsa Agama remain highly relevant because organizations today increasingly recognize the importance of ethical, inclusive, and culturally responsive leadership. In other words, we believe that managers become more effective when they combine professional management practice with respect for local culture, values, and community participation.
However, other thinkers object to this claim, saying instead that modern organizations should adopt universal management principles because they are more efficient, standardized, and applicable across different cultures. In other words, they assert that management decisions should primarily be based on evidence, performance, and organizational objectives rather than on cultural or traditional philosophies. To this, we reply that while universal management principles are valuable, they become more effective when adapted to the cultural context of the people being managed. Ignoring local values may reduce trust, cooperation, and organizational commitment. So, to illustrate, take the case of community development programs in the Bangsamoro region, where leaders respect Tausug customs, religious beliefs, and community consultations often gain stronger public support and achieve better project outcomes than leaders who rely only on top-down administrative approaches. So, this case reveals that culturally grounded leadership strengthens trust, encourages participations, and improves cooperation, all of which contribute to successful management. Therefore, indigenous philosophies such as Hula Bangsa Agama offer valuable insights for ethical leadership should complement rather than replace modern management theories. So, starting today, as e-managers, we will practice ethical leadership, respect cultural diversity, engage stakeholders in decision making, and serve our organizations and communities with integrity, accountability, and a commitment to a common good. And that's all. Thank you so much.